What is going on, everybody? Eric Taylor, Barricade Cyber Solutions. If you catch yesterday's posting that I put yesterday from the interview that I did with the two cyber chicks, I mentioned in there that I am going to be doing a lot more content. I'm going to try to bring a lot of these things out, and one of the topics that I was planning on trying to bring out was the cyber alerts. When we start seeing stuff or something's being brought to our attention, we definitely want to be able to make sure that people are knowing about this so that way you're armed for your environment to know about these potential problems that may impact you and your business. And today is literally nothing different, right? So we literally are seeing a fake Veeam site that was created looks like just a day or so ago, and wanted to definitely show this to you so that way you're well aware of what's going on. Right, so I'm going to bring up my screen here. Of course, Restream is being a little goofy today. I'm not really sure why. Um, so first off, we have the normal Veeam site. It is weeam.com, right? Yeah, love Veeam. This is not to bash on Veeam by any means, but it's these guys are pretty good folks, and they have a really good backup solution. Offering ransomware protection, things of that nature. Well, somebody stood up a phishing site, which they just put a flat. They put a W in the front of it, and unfortunately, the way that the Restream platform works, I'm not able to really zoom in on that URL, just the actual screen. I'm gonna have to work on that for our next video, so I can actually zoom into that particular thing. But just know if you go to wveam.com, you can actually get to the fake phishing site for them. And they've got all the same logos. Everything looks trim and proper. It looks good, right? Um, there's some obvious issues when you come up here to the downloads. You know, it's running Nginx server, which is known with Linux. Definitely a problem there. But if you come down here and request customer info, it just kind of takes you back to the same one. So it's like, okay, whatever. But if you click on download trial, if you notice something, it may not even show up in the screen. It does not. Goodness gracious. Um, it's actually downloading a 10 gig file when this thing comes up, and I'm not sure why it's not showing up like that. Um, let me do this with a different app that we use. So we typically use a lot of times a company called app.ini.run. Um, and this should show up just fine for that. So that way you can actually see that it's actually downloading. So we'll do wveam.com. We'll open up an in Chrome. It'll be public so everybody can know about this. We'll maximize the 360 seconds, even though we won't need that. This does take a moment for them to spin up their VM, but we'll get this thing taken care of. And we use this thing a lot, this application a lot, so that way when we're trying to quickly see what's going on, things of that nature, this app or this service actually does pretty good. We can start seeing our DNS requests. It's definitely pulling some accounts.google.com for some reason, probably because it's in Chrome. Did I misspell it? Oh no, there it goes. It just took a few moments for it to show up. So when we come in here, again, like I said, if you click on downloads, it shows that error. If we go back, this thing is definitely a little slow. But this is the problem with sandboxing, ladies and gentlemen, right? So, but like I said, normally we have it containerized inside of our organization. But what I was going to show you is like when you say you want to download a trial, it gives you this information, and it's starting to download right down here. Literally a 10 gig file. I don't know what in the world it's downloading that's 10 gigs. But I could definitely tell you what, we're going to be diving into that a little bit later. So definitely stay tuned. But definitely look in your logs. Look at if if you've got people looking at backup solutions. If they're going to wveam.com, I wouldn't be surprised if they're starting to get some ads around this thing to start downloading this possibly malicious software to see what's going on. But we will be putting this thing in a proper sandboxing here soon to figure out what exactly is in the zip file and what to be alerted of. I will fully suspect that this thing is some sort of ransomware deployment, or it could be actually Veeam with a malicious payload embedded into that file. So it'll be interesting to see. So we'll go through it later and kind of update you guys. Hopefully that was informative for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see y'all on the next alert. Take care.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go.
Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account and go.